All right. I think I am on recording. Okay. And it is such a beautiful day outside where I live. I wanted so badly to be able to spend this day outside and film it outside, but I actually literally can just sit. Even though it's March, where I am, you can just sit outside and not even have a jacket on. Like I was running around outside today for the first time this year, for the first time in many, many months, with nothing on but literally, just a tank top. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So more of that. I'm so excited. It's finally getting warmer, but I can't do that. And thank you for joining. If you're watching the video, welcome, welcome. And definitely feel free to add any comments or asking questions or say anything at all. So, but welcome. And yeah, so first thing I want to announce and say is I am coming out with a book, my first ever book. Super excited. So I'm going to hopefully be publishing that on May 11th. It is all about change. It's all about basically what I do. I am a certified hypnotic coach, and I'm also a tarot consultant. So I'm just taking some of the information that I have learned, that I have kind of accumulated, and what's worked for people as far as changing your life, changing your behavior, changing your body, and just really using that in order to create lasting change. Because I think the ideal thing that we all want is to change for good and to have lasting change, is not change and then kind of fall backwards and have things go backwards. So definitely, hey, so definitely check that out. And I definitely am looking for any test readers as well. So just to give feedback on the book. So I'm definitely going to send out some information on that. If you're at all interested in getting a free advanced copy of the book in exchange for just giving me some feedback, definitely send an email to Keisha@newworldtarot.org. Definitely can find it on my website as well. And make sure. And if you're signed up to the newsletter, you have information there. You can literally just hit the link. So, and I wanted to really bring this topic up today because it is something that is close to my heart as far as habits go. And in the process, it took me months and months and months and many months to actually write this freaking, oh, yay, awesome. Thank you. I want to get that over to you. Awesome. So when I was putting this book together, of course, I couldn't find any time to write. And I think everyone can relate, regardless of what it is that you want to do. It could be writing a book of your own, could be starting a side project, it could be starting a business, expanding your business, doing something else, doing a hobby, taking up a skill, whatever that is. We only get so many hours in a day. And we have to find the time in order to do this, especially if you're a parent. On top of that, on top of working, it really gets really hard. And and it's funny because one of my favorite hypnotherapists that I follow, Marissa Peer, she talks about how her clients tell her, anyone really tells her, I can't find the time. I can't find the time. She always jokes, well, have you tried looking under the sofa? Have you tried looking in the garage? And the point is like, you can't find it. You have to make it. And you have to really take advantage of the time that you have that you're not utilizing it properly, or that you're just splurging on. And of course, one huge chunk of time that we tend to not look at is the morning time, and how you can literally just find hours often by getting up earlier in your day and incorporating that time to work. And for some people, this comes very naturally. A lot of us are naturally morning people, morning birds, but a lot of us, myself included, tend to be night owls and tend to be more active at the other end of the day. So, and that can also be, and that can also be time. However, we kind of just want to relax and we're kind of unwinding, trying to get ready for the day. So getting up early has always been a tremendous challenge for me, but I also recognized that it was my biggest hope for actually getting stuff done. So this was something that I struggled with for a long, long time. And I actually joined like a productivity course to try to help. And this is where I learned about the 5 a.m. club. So I don't know if you've ever heard about this. The 5 a.m. club is pretty much a movement where it seems to talk about how the world's most productive people get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And once you've mastered getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, like you will become unstoppable. You will be up basically with some of the biggest movers and shakers of society, blah, blah, blah. And it's a great idea. And it's a great, really a great hack, I guess, to really incorporate into your life if that works for you. And so, of course, I got really super excited and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be part of the 5 a.m. club. Yeah, watch. Here we go. And so I had not only just took this class, but this also comes up in, this is a tremendously popular series of books called The Morning Miracle. I forget who the author is. I'll probably look it up in a second. But I actually read one of his books. He has like probably like 8 books, like The Morning Miracle for writers, The Morning Miracle for entrepreneurs. He has a whole series. And that also talks about getting up at 5 a.m. So I would start to do it. So initially when I set out to do it, nope, fail, would not get up, could not get up. Like it just was not happening. And of course I'm getting super, super frustrated. I'm just like, why can't I get up? It's so ridiculous, like beating myself up and whatnot. So, but I kept at it. And eventually I managed to, and I think I just kind of lucked out because it was a time where I just couldn't sleep anyway. So I just kind of carried that over and ended up getting up early. And so I got up and it's just, I just sat there and I just drooled, but I was up. So it kind of was a victory. So I was like, okay, my ass is in the chair. I'm here, but then nothing got done. So I still was frustrated, but at least small steps, I guess. I don't know. So I managed to do that for like a week or so where I was up. And then I typed like 2 words and I was up. And even though I was getting up at 5 a.m., I wasn't really getting much done because I wasn't tired. I was really tired rather. So I still was feeling a failure. And I eventually just stopped. I started backsliding and not getting up at all anymore. And it just wasn't working. I think people can relate to even if it's not getting up, like something that you're trying to like 2 steps, trying to move forward, it's like 2 steps backwards. So I was feeling pretty salty about myself. And I kind of went back to the drawing board. And what really kind of shifted for me, because I eventually got the book finished and I got it done, was changing my whole sense of identity towards what I'm trying to get done. And I kind of was obsessing about 5 a.m., 5 a.m., 5 a.m. club, be productive, get up. But at the end of the day, what I wanted to do was get a book done, these are not the same things. So sometimes when we're struggling to change our habits or to do something, you got to pull back a little bit and say, okay, well, what's the end result? Maybe there's a better way for me to do this. Maybe if I'm being true to myself, this isn't the best way to do it. When I basically started to do identity work, okay, like, are you a writer or are you not? What I found is that I started to get up earlier. It wasn't 5 a.m. I started to get up though at 6:30, maybe even 7, like a little bit before work. I didn't have all of these hours and hours before the shift, but I did have a little bit of time before the shift. And that turned into productivity. And the thing is, when you take on the identity of a person who does what you want to get done, it may not be perfect. And you start to think differently. So when I was like, am I a writer? Am I not? Yes, I'm a writer. So writer's right. And I made myself right. Sometimes I didn't get up in the morning, but I would also learn to write in small increments of time. I do it at the end of the day for a little bit of time, 10, 15 minutes. I do it in between on my lunch break or whatever for like 10, half an hour here and there. And in those little pockets of time, things added up. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfection, but it was becoming a writer. You know what I mean? Like that is, and that's what a writer does. A writer gets the shit done, regardless if it's like hours in the block of time at night, in the morning rather, or it's at night all up. It just little drops of water in the bucket. So when we're struggling with habits, it's really important to kind of take a step back and just ask yourself, what is the end result? Is there a better way to do it? What does that mean for me? And just know that it's important to be authentic and be true to yourself as far as who you are as a writer. I said I was going to look up his name. I totally forgot. Like for the author of The Miracle Morning, the morning, no, I think it's The Miracle Morning. I think I got that right. Got that wrong. The Miracle Morning author, for example, it is in his authentic identity to get up at 5 a.m. Hal Elrod, that's his name, Hal Elrod. So for Hal Elrod, that's who he is. That's who he wants to be, a 5 a.m. writer. That's what type of writer he is. But, for another writer, they are going to do it either at night. They do it when they can. They do it on the weekends. And there's flexibility. It's important to be flexible and listen to yourself and not beat yourself up because you don't do it someone else's way. It can be done. There's more than one way to do things. You just have to kind of listen to yourself and just kind of accept that. And I just wanted to, just talk about that and just know that, there's hope. If you're struggling, you don't have to always do it someone else's way. You can do it your way and to be just as successful. So always just kind of pull back and ask yourself, is there another way to do this? Does this feel right for me? Because again, I did manage to get up 5 a.m., but I had no energy. I was just sitting there drooling and this went on and on. It didn't get any better. So I wasn't supposed to. Just doesn't work for my schedule. But I'm more wide awake and more able to do stuff at different times of the day. So you just have to kind of play around with it and flow and just know there's more than one right way to do stuff. So I hope that was encouraging, somewhat inspiring, and just know that you keep kicking ass in life and keep moving forward and doing what you want, experimenting with life. All right. So thank you if you're watching this. Thank you so much for joining for this super short video. And definitely reach out to me if you are interested in being a test reader. And I will be greatly appreciated always. And we will see you soon. So be well and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope it's nice where you are and have fun. Take care.